Not working. So that is okay, give me that one.
So can you use this mic?
It's okay.
So you use so you can use it. Line is going.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So we welcome all the devotees for this wonderful festival. Today is the most auspicious occasion of 75th Vyasa Puja ceremony. Hari Bol. So the festival schedule is as follows. Now we'll be having 40 minutes.
नहीं चल रहा प्रभु. Both are not working.
Sorry. So we will be now beginning with a wonderful 40 minutes lecture given by Srila Guru Maharaj. Post which there will be Gaur Arati. All devotees can attend the Gaur Arati festival. And then 7 o'clock onwards we will have the Abhishekam also, followed by Vyasa Puja offerings. So this is a very special opportunity, once in a year opportunity where you get to glorify your spiritual master. So you can give your names to me. Already I have received some names. I will add it to the list. And based on the time we will have some offerings. We will not be able to accommodate everyone. But we want some from Prabhuji's side, some from Mataji's side, and maybe one kid also. It will be very nice combination. And then we will have Pushpanjali at 8 o'clock followed by dinner feast. Hare Krishna. So we will all begin with the lecture now.
Sri Chaitanya Isam Hare Om Sat Sat. শ্রীবৃন্দ জন বলছে আমি ইংরেজি বলবো যেহেতু বাংলা বোঝে না।
সুধীবৃন্দ আমি এখানে ইংরেজি বলবো যেহেতু ও বাংলা বোঝে না।
So I am a humble representative of His Divine Grace of Charan Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada.
I am a humble representative of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
আমি এক বিনম্র প্রতিনিধি শ্রীল অভয় চরণারবিন্দ ভক্তিবেদান্ত স্বামী প্রভুপাদের।
He's a representative of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada.
He is a representative of His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada.
এবং তিনি হচ্ছেন শ্রী শ্রীমৎ কৃষ্ণ কৃপা শ্রীমূর্তি শিল ভক্তি সিদ্ধান্ত সরস্বতী গোস্বামী প্রভুপাদের একজন প্রতিনিধি।
And he said that we as the spiritual grandchildren of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada,
He said that we as the spiritual grandchildren of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada,
এবং তিনি বলেছেন যে আমরা শিল ভক্তি সিদ্ধান্ত সরস্বতী ঠাকুর প্রভুপাদের পারমার্থিক নাতিপুতি হিসেবে
that the grandfather gives sweets to the grandchildren, but the parents have to discipline their children.
he said that the grandparents give sweets to the grandchildren, but that the parents have to discipline the children.
তিনি বলেছেন যে ঠাকুর দাদা ঠাকুমা তারা নাতিপুতিদেরকে তারা মিষ্টি দেন, কিন্তু বাবা মার কাজ হচ্ছে তাদেরকে শাসন করা।
So that way he was saying that we got some special favor from the grandfather.
So like that, he was saying that we get some special favor, that we get some special favor from the grandfather.
তো তিনি এইভাবে বলতে চেয়েছিলেন যে আমরা বিশেষ কিছু কৃপা বা বিশেষ কিছু আমরা উপহার আমরা প্রপিতামহ থেকে আমরা পাই।
So you as the grandchildren of Charan Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada,
So you as the grandchildren of His Divine Grace Abhay Charan Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada,
তো আপনারা শ্রীল অভয় চরণারবিন্দ ভক্তিবেদান্ত স্বামী প্রভুপাদের নাতিপুতি হিসাবে পারমার্থিক নাতিপুতি হিসাবে
you will get lots of sweet and mercy.
you will get lots of sweets and mercy.
আপনারাও অনেক মিষ্টি এবং অনেক কৃপা আপনারাও পাবেন।
We, the sons and daughters of Prabhupada, we may get chastised for our, if we don't live up to our requirements.
We, the sons and daughters of Prabhupada, may get chastised if we do not live up to the requirements.
যদি আমরা শিল প্রভুপাদের পুত্রকন্যা হিসাবে যদি আমরা যেমন প্রয়োজন সেইভাবে যদি আমরা জীবনযাপন না করি তাহলে হয়তো আমরা তিরস্কৃত হতে পারি।
Prabhupada always tell us, please chant your rounds and follow the four regular principles.
Prabhupada would always tell us, please chant your rounds and follow the four regulative principles.
শিল প্রভুপাদ আমাদের সবসময় বলতেন, দয়া করে তোমাদের 16 মালা জপ করো এবং 4টি নিয়ম ভালোভাবে পালন করো।
So that's my humble request to all my disciples.
That is my humble request to all my disciples.
এবং সেটাই আমার বিনম্র অনুরোধ আমার সমস্ত শিষ্য শিষ্যাদের প্রতি।
Start the niyam nishthabhave palan karo.
4টি নিয়ম নিষ্ঠাভাবে পালন করো।
Follow the four principles steadfast manner.
সিনসিয়ারলি।
Sincerely.
অনেকবার চিন্তা করছি বাংলা।
আমি তো অনেকবার চিন্তা করছি বাংলা বলবো।
I've been living here in Bengal 50 years.
I have been living here in Bengal for 50 years.
আমি এখানে বাংলায় গত 50 বছর ধরে বসবাস করছি।
So sometimes I think in Bengali.
So sometimes I think in Bengali.
তাই মাঝে মধ্যে আমি বাংলাতেই চিন্তা ভাবনা করি।
Usually. So, and you should also chant Hare Krishna.
And you should also chant Hare Krishna.
এবং আপনাদের সকলেরই হরে কৃষ্ণ মহামন্ত্র কীর্তন করা উচিত।
16 rounds as a minimum.
16 rounds as the minimum.
এবং এই হরে কৃষ্ণ মহামন্ত্র আপনাদের জপ করা উচিত এবং 16 মালা হচ্ছে কমের পক্ষে।
How much time will be required to get Krishna Prema depends on each individual.
How much time is required for us to get Krishna Prema depends on each individual.
কত সময় লাগবে আমাদের কৃষ্ণ প্রেম লাভ করবার জন্য সেটা নির্ভর করছে প্রত্যেকটি ব্যক্তি বিশেষের উপর।
Prabhupada said it took him 20 years.
Prabhupada said that it took him 20 years.
শিল প্রভুপাদ বলেছেন যে তার 20 বছর লেগেছিল।
How long will it take us?
How long will it take us?
আমাদের কত সময় লাগবে?
Now, Prabhupada said like a baby crying for the mother, we should cry out very sincerely.
Prabhupada said, like a baby crying out for its mother, we should cry out very sincerely.
শিল প্রভুপাদ বলেছেন যেমন ভাবে শিশু তার মায়ের জন্য ক্রন্দন করে ওইভাবে আমাদেরও সজোরে ক্রন্দন করা উচিত অত্যন্ত নিষ্ঠা সহকারে।
A baby just half crying.
If a baby is just half crying,
যদি কোনো শিশু সে মিছিমিছি বা আর্ধেক আর্ধেক কান্না করছে,
Mother may not pay so much attention.
তখন
the mother may not pay so much attention.
তখন মা হয়তো তাকে ততটা মনোযোগ দেবে না।
But if the baby cries very loud,
But if the baby cries very loud,
কিন্তু যদি কোনো শিশু খুব জোরে জোরে কান্না করে,
mommy,
mommy,
ও মা, ও মা,
mother will run immediately and grab up the child.
the mother will immediately grab her child.
মা ছুটে এসে সন্তানকে কোলে তুলেন।
So we should cry like that for Krishna.
So we should cry like that for Krishna.
তো আমাদের সেইভাবে ভগবান কৃষ্ণের জন্য কান্না করা উচিত।
When here in Navadvip, Lord Chaitanya, he didn't reveal that he was Krishna except to a few devotees.
Here in Navadvip, Lord Chaitanya did not reveal that he was Krishna except to a few devotees.
এখানে এই নবদ্বীপ ধামে কেবলমাত্র কয়েকজন ভক্ত ব্যতি রেখে তিনি প্রকাশ করেননি যে তিনি হচ্ছেন স্বয়ং শ্রীকৃষ্ণ।
But people loved him.
But people loved him.
কিন্তু জনগণ তাকে খুবই ভালোবাসতেন।
And my Pandit was appreciated by everyone.
And Nimai Pandit was appreciated by everyone.
এবং নিমাই পণ্ডিতকে সকলেই ভালোবাসতেন এবং প্রশংসা করতেন।
Some Smartas didn't like his devotion.
Some Smartas did not like his devotion.
কিছু কিছু স্মার্তগণ তার ভক্তি তাদের পছন্দ হয়নি।
But then when he started the Sankirtan movement, all the youths joined him.
So when he started the Sankirtan movement, all the youth joined him.
কিন্তু তারপর তিনি তার সংকীর্তন আন্দোলন যখন শুরু করলেন তখন সমস্ত যুব সম্প্রদায় তার সাথে যোগদান করেন।
And lakhs of people in Navadvip followed him.
Lakhs of people in Navadvip followed him.
নবদ্বীপের লক্ষ লক্ষ অধিবাসী বৃন্দ তার অনুগামী হয়েছিলেন।
We saw last night the drama of his getting married.
Last night there was a drama of his getting married.
গতকাল আমরা তার বিবাহ সম্বন্ধে একটি নাটক আমরা দেখলাম।
People didn't know that he was Bhagavan.
They didn't know that he was Bhagavan.
সাধারণত তারা জানতেন না যে তিনি হচ্ছেন ভগবান।
But they wanted to attend his wedding.
But they wanted to attend his wedding.
কিন্তু তারা তার বিবাহে যোগদান করতে চেয়েছিলেন।
And there was a huge procession throughout the city of Navadvip.
And there was a huge procession through the city of Navadvip.
এবং সম্পূর্ণ নবদ্বীপ শহর জুড়ে এক বিশাল শোভাযাত্রা হয়েছিল।
Just like in Vrindavan, the Vrajavasis didn't know that Krishna was Bhagavan.
Just like in Vrindavan, the Vrajavasis did not know that Krishna was Bhagavan.
ঠিক যেমন বৃন্দাবনে ব্রজবাসীগণ তারাও জানতেন না যে কৃষ্ণ হচ্ছেন স্বয়ং ভগবান।
They loved Krishna.
But they loved Krishna.
কিন্তু তারা কৃষ্ণকে ভালোবাসতেন।
When Krishna lifted up the Govardhan,
But when Krishna lifted up Govardhan,
কিন্তু যখন কৃষ্ণ গোবর্ধন পর্বত উত্তোলন করেছিলেন
with one finger of his left hand,
with one finger of his left hand,
তার বাঁ হাতের একটি আঙুল দিয়ে
and held it for 7 days,
and held it for 7 days,
এবং তা তিনি সপ্ত দিবস যাবৎ ধারণ করেছিলেন।
the Vrajavasi men came and asked Nandaraj, "Who is your son?"
the Vrajavasi men came and asked Nanda Maharaj, "Who is your son?"
ব্রজবাসী পুরুষরা তারা এসে নন্দ মহারাজকে জিজ্ঞাসা করেছিলেন আপনার পুত্র আসলে কে?
We saw him raised over that hill for 7 days, so don't tell us he's just an ordinary kid.
We saw him raise Govardhan hill for 7 days, so don't tell us that he's an ordinary child.
তো আমরা তাকে প্রত্যক্ষ করেছি যে তিনি 7 দিন যাবৎ গোবর্ধন পর্বতকে ধারণ করে আছেন, সুতরাং আমাদেরকে বলার চেষ্টা করো না যে সে হচ্ছে একজন সাধারণ শিশু।
So then Nanda Maharaj spoke.
So then Nanda Maharaj spoke.
তারপর নন্দ মহারাজ বলতে লাগলেন,
And now Garga Muni had told us that he had the power of Vishnu.
Garga Muni had told us that he has the power of Vishnu.
গর্গমুনি আমাদেরকে বলেছেন যে তার মধ্যে বিষ্ণুর শক্তি সমাহিত আছে,
and that he will be very good for the cowherders.
and that he will be very good for the cowherdmen.
এবং তিনি আমাদের যে গোরক্ষক বা গোপগণের জন্য তিনি মঙ্গলদায়ক হবেন।
So then they became satisfied.
So then they became satisfied.
এবং তখন তারা সন্তুষ্ট হয়েছিলেন।
But they didn't ask, how does he have the power of Vishnu?
But they did not ask, how does he have the power of Vishnu?
কিন্তু তারা তাকে প্রশ্ন করেননি যে কিভাবে তার মধ্যে বিষ্ণুর শক্তি রয়েছে।
They didn't know that he was Vishnu.
They didn't know that he was Vishnu.
তারা জানতেন না যে তিনিই হচ্ছেন বিষ্ণু স্বয়ং।
He is the source of all Vishnus.
He is the source of all the Vishnus.
তিনি হচ্ছেন সমস্ত বিষ্ণুর উৎস।
So similarly, people didn't know who Nimai Pandit really was.
So people did not know really who Nimai Pandit was.
ঠিক একইভাবে সাধারণত সাধারণ লোকেরা তারা জানতেন না যে নিমাই পণ্ডিত প্রকৃতপক্ষে তার স্বরূপ কি বা তিনি কে।
But when he took sannyas and left Navadvip,
But when he took sannyas and left Navadvip,
কিন্তু তিনি যখন সন্ন্যাস গ্রহণ করে নবদ্বীপ পরিত্যাগ করলেন,
they all felt so much separation.
they all felt so much separation.
তারা সকলেই প্রচুর বিরহ অনুভব করলেন।
When he came back to the western bank,
When he came back to the western bank
10 years later,
10 years later,
তিনি যখন 10 বছর পরে যখন গঙ্গার পশ্চিম পাড়ে যখন তিনি আগমন করলেন,
Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's brother,
Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's brother,
সার্বভৌম ভট্টাচার্যের ভ্রাতা,
he sent for Mother Sachi and told that don't tell anybody I'm here.
he sent for Mother Sachi and said, don't tell anyone that I am here.
এবং তিনি সচী মায়ের কাছে সংবাদ পাঠালেন সচী মাকে আনয়ন করার জন্য এবং বলে দিলেন যে সকলকে জানাবে না যে আমি এখানে এসেছি।
But somehow the word got out.
But somehow the word got out.
কিন্তু কোনো কারণবশত এই খবর রটে যায়।
Gauranga is here.
Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga is here.
গৌরাঙ্গ 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 এখানে এসেছেন।
Gauranga, Gauranga,
Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga.
people dropped whatever they're doing and ran for the river.
People left whatever they were doing and ran to the river.
জনগণ তারা যা কিছু করছিলেন সবকিছু ফেলে রেখে দিয়ে তারা নদীর ধারে ছুটে গেলেন।
They went into the boats, the chaos, fancies.
They went into the boats.
তারা নদীর ধারে গিয়ে তারা নৌকা খুঁজছিলেন, পানসি খুঁজছিলেন।
The boatman said, no, not too many, not too many.
The boatman said, no, not too many, not too many.
সেই পানসিওয়ালারা বললেন না 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 আর বেশি লোক উঠবেন না, আর বেশি লোক উঠবেন না।
But they wouldn't be stopped.
But they couldn't be stopped.
কিন্তু তাদেরকে এই জনতাকে থামানো সম্ভব ছিল না।
The boat sank.
The boat sank.
নৌকা ডুবে গেল।
All the boats are sunk.
All the boats sank.
সমস্ত নৌকাগুলো ডুবে গেল।
So they jumped in the river and started swimming.
So they jumped into the river and began to swim. Gauranga, Gauranga.
তো তারা সবাই নদীতে ঝাঁপ দিয়ে সাঁতার কাটতে কাটতে গৌরাঙ্গ গৌরাঙ্গ উচ্চারণ করতে লাগলেন। গৌরাঙ্গ।
That time the Ganges became black.
At that time, the Ganges became black.
সেই সময় গঙ্গা নদী কৃষ্ণকায় বা কালো হয়ে গেল।
With the heads, the hair of all the heads are people swimming in the Ganges.
Due to the hair on the heads of all the people swimming in the Ganges.
যে সমস্ত মানুষেরা গঙ্গায় সাঁতার কাটছিল তাদের সকলের মাথার চুলের জন্য।
So we should have such eagerness to see Gauranga.
So we should have such eagerness to see Lord Gauranga.
তো এই রকম ধরনের তীব্র আগ্রহ আমাদের থাকা উচিত গৌরাঙ্গ মহাপ্রভুর দর্শনের অভিলাষে।
Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada, at his time there were sahajas that imitated bhakti by falsely crying.
Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, in his time, there were people who falsely imitated bhakti by trying to cry, by crying.
ভক্তি সিদ্ধান্ত সরস্বতী গোস্বামী প্রভুপাদের সময়ে সহজিয়ারা ছিল যারা ভক্তিকে অনুকরণ করে তারা মিথ্যাভাবে ক্রন্দনের ভান করতেন।
So he said, better not to cry publicly.
So he said, better not to cry publicly.
তাই তিনি বলেছেন যে সব থেকে ভালো হচ্ছে জনসম্মুখে কান্না করে না দেখানোর জন্য।
So Prabhupada would control his emotions.
So Prabhupada would control his emotions.
শিল প্রভুপাদ তার আবেগ তিনি নিয়ন্ত্রণে রাখতেন।
But sometimes he couldn't.
But sometimes he couldn't.
কিন্তু কখনো কখনো তিনি পারতেন না।
When he was in Gorakhpur,
When he was in Gorakhpur,
তিনি যখন গোরখপুরে ছিলেন
he was telling how Lord Chaitanya and Sanatana Goswami met.
he was describing how Lord Chaitanya and Sanatan Goswami met.
তিনি বর্ণনা করছিলেন কিভাবে চৈতন্য মহাপ্রভু এবং সনাতন গোস্বামীর মিলন হয়।
It was like Krishna meeting the gopis.
It was like Krishna meeting the gopis.
তা ছিল যেন কৃষ্ণের সাথে গোপীদের মিলন হচ্ছিল।
And saying this, Prabhupada choked up and started crying.
এবং saying this Prabhupada choked up and started crying. শিল প্রভুপাদ এই কথা বলতে বলতে তার কণ্ঠরুদ্ধ হয়ে যায় এবং তিনি ক্রন্দন করতে শুরু করেন।
Here in Mayapur, one time he was saying how Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's Vyasa Puja.
He was saying in Mayapur, here in Mayapur, at one time, he was saying during Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's Vyasa Puja,
এখানে মায়াপুরে শিল প্রভুপাদের অবস্থানকালে এক সময় তিনিও শিল ভক্তি সিদ্ধান্ত সরস্বতী ঠাকুরের ব্যাস পূজা উপলক্ষে বলতে বলতে
He said how all the previous acharyas did something to help develop Mayapur.
he said how all the previous acharyas did something to help develop Mayapur.
তিনি বলছিলেন তিনি বর্ণনা করছিলেন কিভাবে সমস্ত পূর্ব আচার্যগণ তারা কিছু না কিছু অবদান রেখেছিলেন মায়াপুরের উন্নতি কল্পে।
Then he said, I'm also trying to do something.
Then he said, I am also trying to do something.
এবং তারপর তিনি বললেন আমিও কিছু করার চেষ্টা করছি।
I'm very grateful for all the devotees that are helping me.
I am very grateful to all the devotees that are helping me.
আমি যে সমস্ত ভক্তগণ আমাকে সাহায্য করছে আমি তাদের প্রতি খুবই কৃতজ্ঞ।
Then he started to cry.
Then he started to cry.
তারপর তিনি কান্না করতে লাগলেন।
He couldn't speak anymore. He was choked up.
He couldn't speak anymore. He choked up.
তিনি আর বলতে পারছিলেন না, তিনি তার কণ্ঠরুদ্ধ হয়।
So Lord Chaitanya, when he was here, people could associate with him.
So when Lord Chaitanya, when he was here, people could associate with him.
When he came
তো
back from
ভগবান
Gaya,
চৈতন্য মহাপ্রভু যখন এখানে ছিলেন তখন মানুষেরা তার সাথে মিশতে পারতেন।
or some intimate devotees, he met them and told them how in Kanai Natsala he had achieved Krishna and then he lost him.
For to some intimate devotees, he mentioned how he had achieved Krishna in Kanai Natshala, but he lost him.
তারপর কিছু অন্তরঙ্গ ভক্তের মাঝে তিনি ব্যক্ত করেছিলেন কিভাবে কানাই নাটশালাতে তিনি কৃষ্ণকে পেয়েও তিনি তাকে হারিয়ে ফেলেছেন।
He told them, you don't know what it's like to have Krishna and lose him.
You don't know what it is like to have Krishna and then lose him.
তোমরা কোনোদিন জানবে না যে কৃষ্ণকে পেয়ে পাওয়া কেমন এবং তারপর তাকে যে হারানো যে কি যন্ত্রণা, সেটা তোমরা কোনোদিন বুঝবে না।
So he put his arm around the different devotees' necks and he was crying for Krishna.
And so then he put his hands around the necks of different devotees and started crying for Krishna.
এবং তারপর তিনি বিভিন্ন ভক্তের গলা জড়িয়ে ধরে তিনি কৃষ্ণের জন্য কান্না করে গেছেন অনবরত।
And when he was crying, the devotees also cried.
When he was crying, the devotees were also crying.
যখন তিনি ক্রন্দন করেছেন তার সাথে সাথে ভক্তগণও ক্রন্দন করতে লাগলেন।
This is not the Nimai Pandit they knew.
This was not the Nimai Pandit they knew.
He was changed.
He was changed.
এই সেই নিমাই পণ্ডিত নয় যে নিমাই পণ্ডিতকে তারা জানতেন। এই নিমাই পণ্ডিতের আমূল পরিবর্তন।
So, like that, Lord Chaitanya showed us we can worship Krishna in separation.
So like that, Lord Chaitanya showed us that we can worship Krishna in separation.
তো এইভাবে ভগবান চৈতন্য মহাপ্রভু তিনি আমাদেরকে দেখিয়েছেন যে আমরা কৃষ্ণ পূজা করতে পারি, কৃষ্ণ আরাধনা করতে পারি বিরহ ভাবে।
So, that's our mode. We should be serving Krishna in separation.
That's our mood, that we should be serving Krishna in separation.
তো সেটাই হচ্ছে আমাদের ভাবধারা। আমাদের কৃষ্ণ আরাধনা করা উচিত বিরহ ভাবের মধ্যে দিয়ে।
And like Prabhupada, he said, that he had 5,000 disciples.
Like Prabhupada said that he had 5,000 disciples.
শিল প্রভুপাদ তিনি বলেছিলেন যে আমার 5,000 শিষ্য রয়েছে।
So I told me you should have 10 times, you should have 50,000.
So Prabhupada said you should have 10 times that, 50,000.
তো তিনি আমাকে বলেছিলেন তোমার আমার থেকে 10 গুণ শিষ্য করা উচিত, 50,000 শিষ্য থাকা উচিত তোমার।
So I thought impossible.
So I thought impossible.
তো আমি ভেবেছিলাম অসম্ভব।
Little faith,
Little maybe.
little faith.
Little faith.
অল্প বিশ্বাস, অল্প শ্রদ্ধা।
But by Prabhupada's mercy, so many devotees have come.
But by Prabhupada's mercy, so many devotees have come.
কিন্তু শিল প্রভুপাদের অশেষ কৃপায় কত ভক্ত এসেছেন।
So not only should you follow the principles, but also help to realize Prabhupada's dream of a Krishna conscious world.
Not only should you follow the principles, but you should also help to realize Prabhupada's vision, dream of a Krishna conscious world. Prabhupada's dream of a Krishna conscious world.
শুধুমাত্র আপনাদের নিয়ম কানুন পালন করলেই হবে না, কিন্তু আপনাদেরকে সহায়তা করতে হবে। শিল প্রভুপাদের একটি স্বপ্ন ছিল এক কৃষ্ণ ভাবনাময় বিশ্ব, সেই স্বপ্নকে সাকার রূপ দান করার জন্য আপনাদের সাহায্য করতে হবে।
Lord, how the association with Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda, Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivas, all the Bhaktas, how it's so great, so wonderful.
How the Lord associates,
And how the association of the Lord and His associates is so wonderful.
How the association of the Lord and his associates are so wonderful. ভগবানের এবং ভগবানের পার্ষদগণের সঙ্গ কি চমৎকার।
So we want you all to have a taste of how wonderful is Krishna.
so we want all of you to have a taste for how wonderful is Krishna.
তো আমরা চাই যে আপনাদের সকলেরই একটু আস্বাদ বা আপনাদের সেই অমৃতের স্বাদ আপনারা পাবেন এবং আপনারা জানবেন যে ভগবান কি চমৎকার।
How wonderful is Gauranga.
How wonderful is Gauranga.
ভগবান গৌরাঙ্গ মহাপ্রভু কত চমৎকার।
Gauranga.
গৌরাঙ্গ
Gauranga.
গৌরাঙ্গ
Gauranga.
গৌরাঙ্গ
Nityananda.
নিত্যানন্দ
Nityananda.
নিত্যানন্দ
Nityananda.
নিত্যানন্দ।
Om Tat Sat.
Om Tat Sat.
ওম তৎসৎ। জয়ং বিষ্ণুপাদ পরমহংস পরিব্রাজকাচার্য অষ্টোত্তর শত শ্রী শ্রীমৎ শ্রীল জয়পতাকা স্বামী গুরু মহারাজ কি। শ্রীল জয়পতাকা স্বামী গুরু মহারাজের 70তম ব্যাস পূজা মহোৎসব কি। জয় শ্রীল প্রভুপাদ কি। নিতাই গৌর প্রেমানন্দে হরি হরি বল। জয়ধ্বনি উলুধ্বনি।
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So welcome all the devotees to this wonderful evening, the most auspicious 75th Vyasa Puja of His Holiness Srila Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj. Srila Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. So in a little while from now, we will have the Gaur Arati. And after the Gaur Arati, we will begin the glorification of Srila Guru Maharaj. Apart from the glorification, we will also have the Pada Puja of Guru Maharaj here. We've received some of the offerings written by the disciples as well as the well-wishers of His Holiness Srila Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. Those of you who are still inclined to write some offering, whatever little bit that you would like to do, you don't have to write an extended offering if you are not prepared at this point of time. So we have devotees who've made arrangements for you to have the white sheet here. Whatever you'd like to write down, maybe a few lines, you can just put it across, and then we will take it as your offering for Guru Maharaj. So those of you who would like to write down the offerings now, you can raise your hands, and we'll have Hemanga Prabhu distributing you the paper along with the pen. So nice thought that they also give you a pen to write. So we will continue our program with this. We will also have the glorification of Guru Maharaj by senior disciples, Guru Maharaj's God brothers, depending on the timelines that we have. So by the time we get prepared for the Gaur Arati, I would read the glorification of His Grace Jananivas Prabhu, very senior God brother of Guru Maharaj. So the offering goes like this. So in the beginning of creation, all the demigods and sages gathered around Lord Vishnu, and they asked him to wake up and perform activities. Just like the king has professional reciters who wake up the king in the morning, wake up king, wake up king. They chant king's glories. King likes it when he's glorified. Then they ask for some benedictions. All the glories of the Lord, which is the greatest quality, it is the mercy on the living entities who are suffering in the material world. This is your greatest quality, relieving the living entities from the cycle of birth and death. So then, His Holiness, Srila Jayapataka Swami, also has this quality. He is very, very merciful. We cannot understand the extent of His mercy. Yesterday, we had the Adivas ceremony. This was showing the gravity of observing today's function. Vyasa Puja is so grave, subject matter, it is very grave, and its application. But Vyasa Puja is a celebration. So we have two things: understand the gravity of the system of the Guru, who is actually to take us back home, back to Godhead. The other function is the happiness and joy of Sankirtana movement. So anyone who has come to take shelter of him, he doesn't deny anyone. He would give initiation even in extreme circumstances. I remember one incident in Bangladesh. There was a Rupa Sanatan temple opening. He was giving initiation whole day long, whole night long. And then he would receive this, that Guru Maharaj, we need to catch a plane. We have next destination, and disciples were literally running behind him in the car, getting the beats from him. So right up till the last minute, he wanted to give initiations. So that's his magnanimity. This is his greatest quality. He can deliver us from birth and death. Surrendering to Guru means executing the orders of Guru. You're going to be Krishna conscious anyway, but it is the way that you do it which is important. And we want it to be it. As it is facility that we can serve Guru Maharaj and that we can accept our service. And that he will accept our service. We're going to do activities anyway. So why not do it 100% Krishna conscious way? We are going to do activities and devotional service anyway. So why not make them completely purified? This will please Guru Maharaj very much when we take his blessings very seriously. Shri Jayapataka Swami Vyasa Puja Mahamahotsav ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. His Grace Jananivas Prabhu ki jai. So it's an opportunity for us to hear from the great Vaishnavas, the senior devotees and senior God brothers and God sisters. While we'll still have a couple of minutes, I'll read out the offerings of His Holiness Srila Bhakti Purushottam Swami Maharaj. The offering goes like this. So I was telling that how according to Chaitanya Bhagavat, Mahaprabhu's associates appeared in different places, very contaminated places, so that they can deliver them the same way we see. Prabhupada's movement, his followers, they appeared all over the world, and Guru Maharaj is very eager to deliver the living entities. I was telling how Guru Maharaj always says that Prabhupada told him that you make 50,000 disciples. Once GBC asked, what is the proof? Then he gave the name of that devotee. Then once I asked the devotee, did Prabhupada told Guru Maharaj to initiate 50,000 devotees? He said, yes. In front of me, Prabhupada said, Jayapataka Maharaj, you should initiate 50,000, and he told me also to initiate 50,000. Hari Bol. And we can see how Guru Maharaj has initiated thousands of people, but he is so eager to deliver the fallen living entities that he is accepting many others as his Siksha disciples also. Day and night, he only thinks how to deliver people. When he was healthy, traveling all over the world, he was initiating so many people. Now, despite his health crisis, people who are coming to take initiation from him has increased 100 times more than before. How one person empowered by Lord Krishna can deliver the whole world, and we can see the potency in Srila Guru Maharaj. That who has controlled his 6 Vegas, his 6 urges, so he is qualified to accept disciples all over the world. He has Nishtha in the Shastra and Krishna, and he has subdued and controlled all his senses. So we are all very fortunate to get the shelter under the lotus feet of our Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. His Holiness Srila Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj ki. His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Swami Maharaj ki jai. So now we will have the Gaur Arati, and we will continue the glorification and the program of Vyasa Puja after this. Just to make it clear for all those devotees who've taken the paper now, you can write down your offering and hand it over back to us today itself. If it is not possible, we may still extend it till Monday, but we would suggest that your offerings are given today itself. It will help us. And those of you who still want to ask for the paper and write down the offerings, you can raise your hands. Hemanga Haldar Prabhu has the paper and the pen, and he'll help you with the pen and the paper so that you can write down the offerings. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, we also request devotees, if you are inclined, you are ready with your offering to speak today, you could give out your names. We have some names which we have received here. And if time permits, we will be able to allow devotees to come and glorify Guru Maharaj today, or we may continue the program the following Sunday. We have the offerings of the following devotees, which is already available with us, starting with His Grace Anukul Kesha Prabhu, Dr. Kanchana Sharma, Harini Sevika Devidasi, Pranashakti Lasika Devidasi, Sarvananda Achyuta Das, Sarla Achyuta Priya Devidasi, Punya Shloka Haridas, Madhavi Harivallabha Devidasi, Muninath Gauranga Das, Shitalangi Madhavi Devidasi, Shri Guru Sevanandini Devidasi, Daiva Simha Das, Kripamaya Gauranga Das, Devadatta Partha Das, Amarendra Mukunda Das, Hemraj Purohit Mataji, Mritravinda Minakshi Devidasi, Baleshwari Shri Radha Devidasi, Tita Chaitanya Das, Vidura Madhav Das, Keshavi Madhavi Devidasi, Praneshwar Vrajapati Das. So these are the offerings which we already have, and we have compiled them as a part of our offering to Shri Guru Maharaj today in this beautiful book by our devotees. Jai Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadramai ki, Shri Shri Gaurangi Bangalore Ishwar ki, Shri Lakshmi Narsinghadev Bhagwan ki, Nitai Chaitanya ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna. Now we'll have the Gaur Arati. We request devotees to stand up, and then we could continue the Vyasa Puja celebration. Hare Krishna.
श्री श्री जगन्नाथ की ताय चैतन्य की भजो जय गौरा चंदे आरती को शोभा की बजायो Jagabana
Jaya Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Stotra His Divine Grace. Abhishekam Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. His God Founder Acharya, PDD Founder Acharya, Savior of the whole universe, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jaya Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Stotra His Divine Grace. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki jai. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. रामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय. जय श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ छठ गोस्वामी प्रभुगण की जय. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण चंद्र गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय. मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय. मायापुर नवदीप धाम की जय. श्री क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय. द्वारिका धाम की जय. गंगा माई की जय. जमुना माई की जय. कावेरी माई की जय. भक्ति देवी की जय. तुलसी महारानी की जय. समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय. जुल्लेश्वर जयपातक स्वामी गुरु महाराज व्यास पूजा महामहोत्सव की जय. विदाई गौर प्रेम रंदे हरि हरि बोल. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories and glories and glories and glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga Sri Prabhupada ki jai. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Guru Shri Prabhupada Ji Maharaj ki jai, Shri Guru Maharaj ki jai, Thai Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna, we welcome all the devotees once again to this wonderful evening and the most auspicious 75th Vyasa Puja Mahamahotsav of His Holiness Srila Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj. His Holiness Srila Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So as announced earlier, we will continue our program with a couple of offerings and then we will move on to Pada Puja of Guru Maharaj. In the meantime, we have circulated white sheets, and if you need more, we can circulate more white sheets for you to make your offerings for Guru Maharaj. Last but not the least, opportunity to write down your heartfelt gratitude towards Guru Maharaj. It may be a couple of lines, couple of words, whatever you would like to do it, you can. If you require some papers and pen, we have it readily available with us. You can raise your hands and one of our devotees will circulate the papers to you with the pen. You can write down your offerings and hand it over back to us. So if there's anybody who's interested in writing the Vyasa Puja, please raise your hand and Jitendriya Prabhu will circulate the papers to you. You can raise your hands and we will reach the papers to you. So we started with the Vyasa Puja offerings of few very senior disciples and very senior devotees. So we will continue with that. The next offering is by His Grace Shrutakirti Prabhu. So Shrutakirti Prabhu has given out his offering saying that there was a young brahmachari who entered Srila Prabhupada's room and paid his obeisances. The disciple said, I want to leave at your Lord's feet always. Srila Prabhupada said, it is very difficult as I am moving always. Jayapataka Swami Maharaj is also moving constantly. Last month I was in Mayapur with my wife. Jayapataka Maharaj said that he will definitely meet me after the GBC meeting, but it could not happen. A few weeks later, there was a big Pandal program in Vrindavan, and again there was a plan to meet Maharaj. You saw they have the footprints of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, lotus feet, a dozen sets of footprints. He has arranged to put Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet at all 12 forests, but by Krishna's, neither did I get to see him there. Like many of you trying to chase Jayapataka Maharaj's lotus feet, I am also again here to try and see him for a few minutes. I first met Maharaj in 1973 in Mayapur, and that time I got to see his nature. The two of them, there were Bhavananda and Jayapataka. At that time, Bhavananda Prabhu was always flashy and Jayapataka Maharaj was always busy doing services. Prabhupada asked them at that time, as what was being done at the land. A year later, when Srila Prabhupada came, we went into Prabhupada's room at the Lotus building. Jayapataka Maharaj would always offer so many prayers to Srila Prabhupada, glorifying Srila Prabhupada. Everybody was saying that Prabhupada has done in Mayapur. The devotees were saying this Lotus building is so beautiful to Srila Prabhupada along with Jayapataka Maharaj. But Prabhupada would always deflect the appreciation. He said, I had an idea, but Krishna has arranged everything. Prabhupada asked the devotee, everyone was comfortable and had a nice place to stay, had nice prasadam. Then Prabhupada said, the desire of my Guru Maharaj and my desire for everyone is to come to Mayapur. It is predicted that person would come to this. I'm sorry, I'll need to read this again. It was predicted this person would come and this person would travel around the world and bring everyone to Mayapur. So Shrutakirti Prabhu is talking about Guru Maharaj. He's talking about Prabhupada. Okay. So I'll read this again. that it is predicted that person would come and this person would travel around the world and bring everyone to Mayapur. Yes. So it is Shrutakirti Prabhu is talking about Prabhupada that he would travel around the world and bring everybody to Mayapur. Then Prabhupada said something which he never said in public. He said it may be that person, 5 words, he said, and immediately he looked at Jayapataka Maharaj. He asked, "You're growing one certain type of banana native to Bengal and famous." Jayapataka Maharaj said yes, and Prabhupada did not give further opportunity to glorify him anymore. Then he asked Jayapataka Maharaj, "Do you have this banana?" And Jayapataka Maharaj said, "Now it is not the time for planting it, but we will plant the banana." Today, we see hundreds and thousands of devotees come to Mayapur, and Jayapataka Maharaj is fulfilling Srila Prabhupada's desire. One of my favorite times with Maharaj, we went inside the Ganges and chanted the Gayatri Mantra. He has done so much for us in ISKCON society. His Holiness Srila Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, His Grace Shrutakirti Prabhu ki.
They are starting with the Adivas. So after Adivas, devotees will come in the queue. Prabhu this year market is
So now we are starting the Adivas for the Vyasa Puja, and once the Adivas is over, devotees can come in a queue. Please follow orderliness, while we will also continue to read the Vyasa Puja offerings of a couple of our devotees. So I have the first offering from this wonderful book that is compiled by our devotees. And the first offering is by His Grace Anukul Keshav Prabhu, our dear senior God brother. Prabhu says, our dear Guru Maharaj, Namom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swami Niti Namine Nama Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayane Gaurakata Dhamadaya Nagara Gramatarine Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Please accept my most respectful and sincere obeisances at your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you, Guru Maharaj. By your causeless mercy and blessings, we are serving Lord Sri Jagannath in this temple at Sheshadripuram since the year 2000. For your pleasure in the service of Srila Prabhupada, our ambitious project of building the new palace temple for Lord Jagannath is completed partially, and we are serving the Lord in the new temple. We seek your blessings and mercy so that we can reach the milestone of installation of the deities on the 3rd floor and also complete all the other infrastructure for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada and the devotees this year. Guru Maharaj, our desire is to make this temple the fountainhead of spreading Krishna consciousness all over Bangalore and serve your instructions of making Bangalore the spiritual city in India. So in this direction of fulfilling your instructions, we have 18 Bhakti Sadhans actively preaching, and we have 3 more sadhans in the planning phase. Towards this end, we are having various programs, and one major initiative is the establishment of Bhakti Sadhans all over Bangalore, which will replicate the Sunday Feast program and various festivals in different parts of the city and give us the common public a taste of Krishna consciousness. And come to this platform for learning and practicing Krishna consciousness. The results are encouraging, which have given us hope that we can make 10,000 devotees in 2 years starting this Gaur Purnima. Hari Bol! Well, you wanted larger numbers? Hari Hari Bol! So this is the desire of His Grace Anukul Keshav Prabhu, and I'm sure with the support of all the devotees here, we will be able to make larger numbers. But Prabhu is making this presentation to Guru Maharaj. So he says we can make 10,000 devotees in 2 years starting this Gaur Purnima. We are working towards the target and seek your blessings. On the auspicious occasions of your Holiness's 75th Vyasa Puja, we have brought out the glorification offering of our congregation devotees and dedicated to your lotus feet, Gurudev. Please shower your mercy and inspire our congregation to read Srila Prabhupada's books regularly so that we can serve his and your mission and continue to advance in Krishna consciousness. Your servant, Anukul Keshav Das, ISKCON Sheshadripuram, Bangalore. His Holiness Srila Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaja ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. So we already have started the Adivas here. We will continue with Kirtan for some time. And then following that, we will also continue the offerings that we have to make. And devotees who are inclined to make their offerings can give out their names. If time permits, we will allow all those devotees to give out their glorifications. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. बोलिए श्री पतित पावन गुरु महाराज की, गुरु महाराज व्यास पूजा महोत्सव की। नमो विष्णु पदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताका स्वामी तेरा बोलो बोलो। नमो विष्णु पदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताका स्वामिने तेरा Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasade Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Bheda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Gaur Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna. So we have a wonderful opportunity of performing the Abhishek here. So we have a queue which is running on the side for the Prabhus and all to the left of Jagannath's. The arrangement is done for the Matajis. Please follow orderliness. Everybody gets an opportunity to do so. And please do not rush, do not push. We can comfortably all do Abhishek. So we will have the opportunities for Prabhu and Matajis on this side. We will continue with the kirtan for a little while. And please continue to come forward and offer the Abhishek to Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Guru Maharaj ki Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Guru
गुरु महाराज की
Hare Krishna, those devotees who have not performed the Abhishek are requested to come forward so that we can complete the Abhishek and go ahead with the other programs. So we will continue with our glorification. While we doing so, we request next speaker, His Grace Sudhir Chaitanya Prabhu. If you are around, you can come forward. A couple of days back, we had two batches of devotees from Sri Jagannath Mandir who got initiated, and we would like to welcome them to our family, the extended family of Guru Maharaj, the extended family of Sri Prabhupada. So I will read out their legal names as well as their initiated names. And we will collectively chant at the end of the list. So we have Soumya Mataji, who will be now known as Shama Sauvapriya Devidasi. Puneet Prabhu will be known as Punya Shloka Haridas. Puja Mataji will be known as Puja Haripada Devidasi. Nalini Mataji will be known as Nandapriya Suserita Devidasi. Madhu Mataji will be known as Madhavi Jayadayani Devidasi. Kartik Prabhu will be known as Kartikananda Haridas. Gangaraj Prabhu will be known as Ganga Jeevan Krishna Das. I still have some more names. In 1 minute to read all the names, please. We have Lokesh Prabhu, who will be known as Dinesh. Sorry, give me 1 minute. It's a big list. Yeah, we have Lokesh Prabhu, who will be known as Loka Dhyakshadas. And we have Meenakshi Mataji, who will be known as Mineshi Bhavani Devidasi. Vincent Prabhu will be known as Vishnu Ventaladas. Saksha Mataji will be known as Sakshi Sevini Devidasi. Nagraj Prabhu will be known as Nagabalaka Baladevdas. Anuma Mataji will be known as Anupama Murali Priya Devidasi. Ashok Prabhu will be known as Ashokapad Murali Das. Hriday Prabhu will be known as Vidyavallabhadai Das. Vipala Patra Prabhu will be known as Rajanandana Ashudadas. Juma Patra Mataji will be known as Jaishi Achutapriya Devidasi. Pradeep Patra Prabhu will be known as Prasanna Baladev Das. Priyanka Patra Mataji will be known as Priya Revati Devidasi. Pranati Mandal Prabhu, Pranati Mandal Mataji Arati Mandal Mataji will be known as Prasanna Krishna Priya Devi Dasi. Sujit Mandal Prabhu will be known as Surya Palaka Shri Krishna Das. I have one more list. We have Pallavi Ram Mataji who will be known as Bhavani Kavar Devi Dasi. And Manoj Kumar Prabhu who will be now known as Manohara Shri Gauradas. We have Satyam Mataji who will be known as Satyaprada Sevini Devi Dasi. We have Vaisakhi Mataji who will be known as Vedavati Gopika Devi Dasi. We have Manasya Behera Prabhu who will be now known as Manohara Rajesh Das. We have Pina Bahura Mataji who will be now known as Vimalanti Radha Devi Dasi. We have Moshini Mataji now who will be known as Madhubhasini Satyavati Devi Dasi. Can we have some loud Haribol for all those devotees? Getting the mercy of the Guru is not an ordinary thing. It is a very, very special thing. They have achieved something very, very special, and this is the most auspicious day that it needs to be celebrated. So we will loudly chant Haribol after every name that I repeat here. Please help us. We have Nimai Prabhu who will be known as Nimai Sadananda Prabhu. Let's loudly chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra for all those initiated devotees. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we will request His Grace Sudhir Chandra Prabhu to give his Vyasa Puja offering for today.
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताका स्वामी निति नामिनी नामाचार्य पदाय नितायुगपदाय कथा धामदाय नगर ग्रामतारिणी Guru Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna, respected Guru Maharaj, please accept my respectful obeisances unto your divine grace. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I seek your mercy and blessings on this most auspicious day, which is the 75th appearance day. Vyasa Puja is such a festival. I learned from my early days that there's one day when disciples speak and the Guru is silent. Guru does not speak. The disciples need to speak. This is what I learned from the early days. So, in my long journey with your divine grace over 3 decades, I'm very much enamored, I'm very much taken aback, and very much appreciate this one quality of yours is compassion. You are an ocean of compassion. You don't miss out a single detail, because sometimes disciples or would-be disciples, they keep saying, Guru Maharaj has got so many disciples, where he has got time for each disciple. But I would say that it's a little shortcoming on their part of understanding with intelligence, because Krishna is involved in between. So I see that from my early days till now, whenever I approached you, you always given your compassionate mercy on us, on me also. Collectively, I like to say, there was a time when you were coming quite often to Bangalore for the court case, and we were in that small temple. And I don't know how many of you know that small guest house was there opposite the temple. And he was somehow compelled to stay there because devotees wanted to see him for Mangalarti. And that small room, the double bed, was not his size. And then we were wondering how to have him there. He very mercifully said, I will sleep diagonally. Then I'll get a better height. So, just to please his disciples, he compromised on that small room, which had a AC or not, I don't know. Maybe we fitted one later. He used to sleep diagonally on the bed, mattress, just to see that the size is appropriate for him. Then one other time, he was about to go for the next destination. He was in that hall. That hall was a small hall, you maybe remember. Come on! He spread his arms out. He said, come on, I want to give you all a big hug. I don't know how many were there, 15, 20, 30. We all rushed to him. And whatever portion of his body we could hang on, we hung on. Daiva, remember? Somewhere, shoulder, hand, belly, feet, somewhere, all of us were embracing him. And then he tried to close both his hands. He could not, because some were hanging on his hands also. So, we used to have a good time, thanks to the gentleman on the hilltop. He gave us this opportunity to associate more closely with Guru Maharaj. From that time to now, this is I told before 2007. Now recently Mahavara Prabhu gave very striking examples of compassion of Guru Maharaj. Just 3 days after transplant, a double transplant, he is trying to convey to our sevaks, his sevaks. He's got tubes all over his body. So what the sevaks do, they bring an alphabet board, A, B, C, X, Y, Z. Then Guru Maharaj points out, this alphabet, this alphabet, this alphabet. Then somebody is writing on the paper what he is trying to convey, because he can't speak. And you know what he's saying in that ICU hospital? Teach this nurse how to chant Hare Krishna. 3 days after a liver and a kidney transplant. This is compassion. And one other time, 2 years later, he was in another hospital in Delhi, again in the ICU. And he called his sevaks, I want Bhagavad Gita, I want Yamuna water, I want Vrindavan dust, Ganga Jal. Devotees were like that. Guru Maharaj asking for these things in the ICU. They all rushed these things to the ICU. Then he's saying, the man next to him in the bed, he's going to pass out in another few hours or days. Give him all of that. No Jan, no Pechan, nothing. Don't know who is he, where is he, Kula, Gotra, Desha, Kala, nothing. And then the devotees gave him all that, and somebody sat there and read Bhagavad Gita to that person, and after some days he left. So this is the compassion what he has. And then he is so thoughtful. Any situation, he will apply it to Krishna consciousness. Today morning I heard was somebody giving that offering. He was traveling in a car. Then he got down at some place on the road. He saw a mother pig with 12 piglets lying on the road. All these chota piglets were all huddled together. And the mother pig was lying very comfortably on the roadside. So he's looking very intently. And devotee is thinking, Suar mein kya hai? Suar ka bachcha. But then you know what he said? These animals, they are able to stay together. Why can't human beings stay together? All those 1 dozen piglets were huddled up together near the mother. So the devotee next to him was saying, my gosh, we were thinking what is there in the pig and the piglets, and this is what he's inferring. So these factors show that Guru Maharaj has got so much compassion in his heart. He's carrying the compassion of Mayapur, Audarya Dham. Even now he is prepared to, they say no, standing on one leg to go to Mayapur. Of course, he has been trying to, having the desire last few days. But somehow his health is not cooperating. So these things makes us feel that Guru Maharaj, he has got his eyes on everybody. Just like I heard one Madhva person saying that on festival days, whether it is of Vishnu Tattva or an Acharya, the Lord and or his pure devotees will be having his eyes on all those who come for the festival. If it's a Vishnu Tattva festival, the deities will be watching who all came for my festival. And if it's an Acharya festival, the Acharya will be saying who all have come for my festival. So in this way, we should not have this kind of a myopic vision. He has got so many disciples, where he has got time, how he can take care. This somewhat becomes a little grass mentality. But when we actually try to come on the spiritual platform, at least trying to understand, then we can see that Guru Maharaj, he's got his eyes on all of us. So this is a day where I should also rededicate my spiritual life. Pushpanjali, offering Pushpanjali, and is a means to wash the slate of all what happened last 12 months. Somehow we would have committed some offenses knowingly, unknowingly. We beg forgiveness to our spiritual master, and we rededicate our spiritual life, saying will become more serious. So on this day, Guru Maharaj, I also like to rededicate my spiritual life to you and see that how I can be a better disciple to you so that we can all live together. There's one more thing I would like to say. One devotee said that Prabhupada built a house where the whole world can live in. One devotee said, Prabhupada has got an umbrella where everybody can come under that. Maybe they showed some snippets of some Dubai, what is that, tower. They showed some umbrella coming out. So like that, Guru Maharaj is having an umbrella. And that umbrella is there in Sridham Mayapur. He is getting everybody under that umbrella. Bhaktivinoda Thakur predicted, Prabhupada predicted, still they could not understand. 1896, then 1971, only rice fields, and Prabhupada is talking of a Vedic planetarium. So devotees were scratching their head, what is Prabhupada speaking about a Vedic planetarium? So this is the place where Guru Maharaj is pulling everybody there. So we need to pray to also to our Ishtadev, Sri Chaitanya Nitai, that one day we may shelter in his holy dham. Hare Krishna. Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Sitanath Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you very much, Sudhir Chaitanya Prabhu, for that wonderful glorification of Srila Guru Maharaj. And as rightly said by Sudhir Chaitanya Prabhu about Mayapur being the umbrella, Mayapur is very, very dear to Srila Guru Maharaj. I'm sure in today's lecture, our devotees would have definitely heard about Guru Maharaj mentioning Sridham Mayapur multiple times. He said, is this beamed on ISKCON Mayapur? Then he said, can I speak in Bengali? So Guru Maharaj, his heart is always at Sridham Mayapur, and we should also meditate on Sridham Mayapur and Srila Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much. Now I request His Grace Madhusudan Hari Prabhu to give his offerings.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you Sudhir Prabhu for a glimpse into the old days. So in the earlier days there were not so many disciples. So we had some advantage. Though on the spiritual platform, Sudhir Prabhu says you don't have to worry, even if there are thousands and thousands of disciples, yet everybody is taken care of. Everybody, Guru Maharaj has his compassionate glance on everybody. But yet, we got a little advantage in terms of Vapu. So I remember the old days, there were very, very few disciples. Very few. On Hare Krishna Hill, there were hardly maybe 10, 12. Sunday Bhagavatam class used to be only about 10 people. And almost all of us were initiated. We got initiated. And we got very intimate, close association with Guru Maharaj. So in fact, my wife is feeling shy. She doesn't want to come up and share, which is pretty selfish, I would say. You want to come up and share, please? So that time the president gave her the opportunity to cook for Guru Maharaj. She wasn't yet initiated. And Guru Maharaj, then she said, okay, I'll cook some halwa. So she made a halwa made out of ghee. And she cooked it with a lot of devotion, and she was cooking, and she took it to Guru Maharaj. And in those days, this was the opportunity we had. We could hang around, and then Guru Maharaj will take a bite, and then he'll comment on, the prasadam. And then he took a spoon of the halwa she had made, and he said, this is charged with bhakti. So another time, it used to be very cold in Bangalore, unlike now. So Guru Maharaj used to come and stay in a room on Hare Krishna Hill. And so my wife wanted to knit a scarf, a woolen muffler for him. So she knitted a saffron colored wool she brought from somewhere, and she spent a month or something and knitted a muffler for him. If you ask me, that muffler was very horrible looking because it was knitted at home. It had, it was all crooked and something, but she wanted to offer it to him. So again, we used to keep going in front of Guru Maharaj to offer something. Then she offered him the muffler, and Guru Maharaj took the muffler. So then he put it around his neck. Then he gave like a pose, with the muffler. And then he said, keep it for me here in Bangalore. Whenever I come and it's cold, I'm going to use it. So these were the intimate interactions we were having with Guru Maharaj. And I want to relate, so Vyasa Puja also. So we've been going for Vyasa Puja. The first Vyasa Puja we went for was exactly 30 years ago in 1994. And Guru Maharaj was in great health. So one day after Vyasa Puja, all of us, I don't know how many old timers are here now. Sudhir Prabhu will also, of course, remember. So Guru Maharaj used to take us for a little picnic. And we used to go and have khichdi and all in the Jagannath temple. And we used to go by boat. There used to be about 7, 8 boats filled with devotees. And we used to be chanting on the boat. And Guru Maharaj used to actually, on the Ganges, he used to come from one boat and he'll get into one boat. And then that boat will all, Haribol, Haribol, they'll all go, crazy. Then Guru Maharaj will chant one round in that boat with all the disciples there. Then from there, he'll step on to another boat. So 7, 8 boats, he'll keep changing. And then we go to our destination, and then he'll give a class. And one thing I've noticed, and I would say that we are all alive, at least for myself, I would say I'm alive in Krishna consciousness only because of Guru Maharaj's mercy. Guru Maharaj, every morning, and he says that many times, he's saying, I pray to Krishna for the welfare of all my disciples. So his prayers, and that's kept us alive. Somehow we are all there. And there are many disciples who relate that, Guru Maharaj's mercy is kept them there. And the theme of his teachings, I want to just relate something for people who are newer, what he has in his mind, his heart. So many times, the Bhakti Vriksha, he used to make the presentations himself in those days. And he used to say one thing. He said, Lord Chaitanya's movement, Lord Chaitanya's order is, you accept this process. And part 2, you distribute this process. Many times he said that. You accept this process, you distribute this process. And preaching is in his heart. That's what pleases him the most. So we used to have this program at home, and he'll ask, what do you all cook for the program? So for many years, we used to have a weekly program at home. And he used to get into details. What do you all cook? So my wife will say, we make bisi wale baat. For how many people? 100 people. Who cooks? So it was me, my wife, and my mother. And then one day we make samosa. He'll get into the menu. Oh, you make samosa also. So it was absolutely enlivening for him to hear preaching reports. Over the years, I want to again share with newer people to take this home with them. He used to have a theme every Vyasa Puja. And something which used to be more noticeably taught. So one year the theme was Festival of Loving Exchanges. He really wanted all his disciples to have a great relationship with each other. Not only his disciples, all devotees in the ISKCON movement. So the festival, it was called Festival of Loving Exchanges. And in Mayapur, when we went, there is a huge board put up, Festival of Loving Exchanges. And when we went there, the Mayapur Vasis were welcoming every devotee, with, chandan on the forehead, with a flower garland. But that was his theme, and that's what he loves. And many times he says, one thing which he doesn't want is his disciples committing offenses, Vaishnava Aparadh. And his teaching has been very simple. His whole approach to Krishna consciousness is something so simple and appealing. Sometimes, of course, I find a lot of the young generation, especially IITians and the learned engineers, they ask a lot of technical questions. But Guru Maharaj's teaching has been extremely simplified. Like, you have these books, C++ for dummies. So Krishna consciousness for him, okay, chant Hare Krishna. He simplified. He said for a saral-minded, simple-minded person, there was a president who was asking a lot of questions. Like, is Krishna consciousness simple? He said for the simple-minded, Krishna consciousness is very simple. And his base foundation has been just chant Hare Krishna, do 16 rounds, have prasadam, don't commit offenses. And one more theme, one of his Vyasa Puja, that was a little serious theme. He said, my disciples are not reading enough of Srila Prabhupada's books. So that was his instruction. Please read Srila Prabhupada's books. I also want to share that in Bangalore, it almost becomes very difficult to meet. There are so many thousands of disciples. So in Mumbai, we met him in the room once, and he asked, how's the temple coming up? He's very happy. I want to share these arches you see, this Rajasthani style is Guru Maharaj's idea. We were trying all kinds of different things. Then he said, this doesn't look like a temple. Then he said, why don't you try Rajasthani architecture? That's when the theme, the exterior took this turn. So in Mumbai, he said, how's the temple coming up? And I was reporting them, the first floor is ready, it's coming up. And he's so happy to hear about an ISKCON temple coming up. Then he said, actually, there was another person who wanted me to leave quickly. Guru Maharaj doesn't have time. Guru Maharaj is trying. He told him, no, wait. He made us sit for about half an hour. And then he said, I want to give you a hug. Like what Sudhir Prabhu said. And I didn't hear it for a moment. I didn't expect those words from my spiritual master. I want to give you a hug. So I said, Guru Maharaj, yeah, sorry. Then he said, I want to give you a hug. And then I got up and then, he embraced me. And in fact, I went up to Rakhal just now. I said, Rakhal, for helping with this temple, Guru Maharaj gave me a hug. But I think the true recipient, the bona fide recipient, the deserving recipient for that hug is you. So I told Rakhal that, and then I told him I'm passing on that hug to you, and I gave him a hug today. And then after taking the hug, he says, no, Guru Maharaj already gave me a hug. So this message I leave with everybody. No Vaishnava Aparadh, chant Hare Krishna, read Prabhupada's books, keep it simple. That's it. And preach, of course. Get everything going. Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Shri Guru Maharaj, Vyasa Puja Mahamahotsav ki. Thank you very much, Madhusudan Hari Prabhu and Sudhir Chaitanya Prabhu, for bringing us back into our memories of those olden days. I wouldn't call it as good olden days, because these days are also very good. We have so many disciples of Guru Maharaj right here in this room, right across Bangalore, spread across the whole city of Bangalore, and trying to preach the wonderful holy name of the Lord, and wanting to fulfill the desires of Guru Maharaj of turning Bangalore into the first spiritual Krishna conscious city. So today, on this auspicious day, we should all commit ourselves that this is the vision of Guru Maharaj. Let me make as many people as possible devotees. Let me get connected to as many people as possible. And let me connect them to Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that should be the mood of every disciple, every well-wisher of His Holiness Srila Jayapataka Guru Maharaj. So I would like to also thank the following devotees who, on the special request, have written their Vyasa Puja offering right today. Okay, we would like to chant loudly for these devotees once I read their names. It is Vaishnavi Radharani Devi Dasi, Vishal Biradar Prabhu, Kripa Prabhu, Balram Ishwar Prabhu, Abhishek Prabhu, Deepak Prabhu, Dinesh Prabhu, Lakshmi Lokeshwari Mataji, Vishnu Vitthal Prabhu, Vijay Prabhu, Yashaswini Mataji and Kirtana. So they were extempore. They did not have any preparation, but they have written their Vyasa Puja offering right today. So let's loudly chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra for this wonderful devotees today. Hare Krishna! And as Guru Maharaj is very, very merciful, so is our temple management. The temple management wants to give you opportunity to write Vyasa Puja offering. You can take another 2 days. You can hand over these offerings by Sunday in the temple. We will continue the glorification of the Vyasa Puja Mahotsav on Sunday here at the temple in the morning program. So we request more devotees to come forward and give out their names for the glorification. We have one glorification. I wouldn't call it the last or the least. This is one of the very important glorifications by Her Grace Sumatra Mataji.
Krishna. I have no words to glorify Maharaj. I just don't know what to say. Arjuna was a householder and he was a very close friend of Krishna. But as soon as he accepted him as his guru, the whole ratio changed. Similarly, I met Guru Maharaj many times on the temple. But when I accepted him as a guru, pura nazariya badal gaya unko. It was something very amusing. His compassion, his love, his dividend, his smile. I mean, I don't know what to say. I've never met somebody like him. Never. He was not only a father figure to me, he was a grandfather figure to me. The amount of love, patience he showed to us. Once, when he was staying with us, I had a severe backache. I just couldn't get up. He asked my Prabhu, what happened? I'm not seeing Sumatra. He said, Prabhu, Guru Maharaj has got a very bad back. He beckoned me, he called me into the room. My Prabhu was standing. He called for a mat. He showed me 2 to 3 exercises and he says, do this, your backache will go. He literally was on the floor. He did the exercises. And believe me, I did them and the whole, I was up on my feet. This is Guru Maharaj. And my senior godbrother, Sudhir Chaitanya Prabhu said, he holds the umbrella. Yes, he holds the umbrella. No wonder all his disciples, the 4 disciples, we are under one roof. We are like porcupines, no? We poke each other, we have our shortcomings, we scream, we do so many things. But he as a father holds the umbrella. If we move out, we will try it. There will be no spiritual life for us. But we are there. We porcupines are there because our spiritual master is there. So a loud Haribol for our Jayapataka Swami Maharaja and Guru Maharaj. Hari Hari Bol.
Shri Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj ki, Shri Prabhupada ki. Now we would have the Pushpanjali and followed by Arati. Is Daivasimha Prabhu here in the temple hall? Would you like to give your offering, Daivasimha Prabhu? So I request Daivasimha Prabhu. Daivasimha Prabhu is our Uncle Keshav Prabhu's son. And he served Guru Maharaj very dearly. He's traveled with Guru Maharaj to a lot of places and you could narrate one of those pastimes. I'm sure you've narrated them to us many times, but once more for the benefit of all the assembled devotees here. So over to you.
just to take forward about Ruma's compassion. One time I was traveling with him and we were doing a South India tour, and we had a connecting flight from Chennai. So we had a connecting flight from Chennai, and there was a layover, so we had some time. So the devotees had booked us into one of the rooms where Guru Maharaj was supposed to take some rest, take his prasadam, and then change over our flight. So we went into the room, we checked in, and the devotees got the prasad, and Guru Maharaj was eating, and somehow I think we got late, so we didn't have much time. And so while Guru Maharaj was having his prasad, I was just doing some other stuff and this thing, and suddenly he noticed that I hadn't had prasad, and then he asked me, why you haven't had prasad? So I said, Guru Maharaj, so I had just started reading the nectar instruction, and then in that I had read one is not supposed to eat in front of the spiritual master. So I said, Guru Maharaj, that as a disciple I'm not supposed to eat in front of you. So he said, yes, but you're traveling with me, so in this circumstance I allow you, so you can have your prasad. So his compassion is on another level. You know, Guru Maharaj so many times would go out of his way. I've seen at one time when he was staying here in Bangalore house, and it was like really late. It was I think it was almost time for us to get up for Mangala Arati. It was that late, and Guru Maharaj was on his system, and then I was pestering him, you know, like a bug. Guru Maharaj, let's take rest. 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 So there's a trick, you know. So we used to like massage his head softly so that, you know, he would feel sleepy. And then I started doing that, and he turned around. Yeah, you want me to sleep here? And there's an emergency here. So in somewhere in Russia, some devotee, not his disciple, some devotee was having a crisis, and he wanted to leave Krishna conscious, and he wanted to take another extreme step, and he wanted to take an extreme step of committing suicide, and Guru Maharaj was trying to somehow speak to him and, you know, like get him out of that and not take that step. And then it was so late, it was like almost like 3:30 in the morning, and Guru Maharaj was going to and fro with him just to convince him not to do something like stupid like that. And then eventually, you know, Guru Maharaj was able to convince him. And like Sri Prabhu said, like the next day the devotee wanted to see him in Mangala Arati, and then he got up for Mangala Arati. I still remember those were the days when, you know, when some disciples wanted him to come to the old temple for Mangala Arati, and then he actually got up, just had I think 14 minutes quick nap, got up, came for Mangala Arati, did Mangala Arati, then went around golf course for his morning japa walk, did his japa walk, came back, gave Bhagavatam class, then went back again. Then I think he had a round with the lawyers, met the lawyers, discussed the entire thing, and then in the afternoon he took rest. So there are so many examples I can give about Guru Maharaj's compassion. Unlimited. Write a book. And on a personal level also, I've been blessed so many times. I remember once we were traveling to Malaysia for the Penang temple opening. So we landed in Kuala Lumpur, and straight from the airport we were supposed to go to Penang. And so there were 3-4 cars that had come to the airport to pick Guru Maharaj, and Guru Maharaj was in one of the cars, and I was in a car behind him with the luggage. So Guru Maharaj went ahead, and I was getting his luggage and traveling in the other car. So on the way, we stopped at this supermarket where, like abroad, we have this, what do you call them? where you fuel the tank, fuel the car, and then you have a supermarket also. So there was a drink called sarsi in Malaysia. So it was quite, it's like something like a Tanjab was local in India. So this drink called sarsi in, so I'm not saying it's exactly a replica of Tanjab, it's like a fruit juice in Malaysia called sarsi. So we stopped at the store and the devotees got some of these drinks to drink, and again, so Brahmaj was having his and I was holding on to my can, I didn't open it. Brahmaj asked me what happened, he said nothing. So he said, okay, let me initiate this for you. So he took the can, he opened it, took a sip, and then he's like, okay, now you can drink this. So, yes, Brahmaj, your causeless mercy on our family, each time, every time is, I don't even have words to express how merciful you've been to us, all of us, not just mom, dad, and me who are, sorry. Okay, I'll end this here. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, we have wonderful pastimes and we should also request His Grace Daivasimha Prabhu to come and tell us those pastimes, because as I said, he spent a lot of time with Guru Maharaj, traveling when Guru Maharaj was on his preaching mission. So we will conclude the glorification for today, not the glorification for Guru Maharaj, it is only for today that we are concluding. We will continue to have this glorification on Sunday. We request devotees to come forward, give out their glorifications, and on Sunday you can also come forward and speak. I had a list of a couple of other devotees, Radhakant Prabhu, a couple of others whom I have in the list. I will beg your apologies, beg your pardon, that we may not be able to continue today. We will continue the offering on the Sunday, that's day after tomorrow, so we request you to join us for that program. Very important announcement, a very good news for all of us. There's one wonderful devotee who has sponsored a golden break on the name of Guru Maharaj today for our temple. A big Hare Krishna Mahamantra for this devotee. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, It's such a nice gesture on behalf of this devotee that he is sponsored on the name of Shri Guru Maharaj. We can take a cue from this, we can take an inspiration from this. If you are inspired to sponsor anything for the wonderful palace temple of Shri Jagannath Ji, and as read out in the offering of His Grace Glorification Prabhu, we would like to complete the temple at the earliest for the pleasure of Shri Guru Maharaj and Shri Prabhupada and all the Vaishnavas. Please come forward and whatever you'd like to sponsor, please connect with us on the counter and we'll be happy to take it forward from here. So, not taking much of your time, we will continue with the Pushpanjali and then followed by the Arati. So, I'll hand it over to His Grace Sri Chaitanya Prabhu for the Pushpanjali. We would request all the devotees, you must have got your flowers in your hand. Has everybody got it? If you have not got it, please raise your hand. If you have not got it, please raise your hands and our devotees will reach it to you. So here are some devotees at the back. Everybody has got the flowers. Please have 3 portions of the flowers in your hand. You can keep 2 portions on your left hand and 1 on your right hand. We will come to you. Please do not throw the flowers in the temple hall. It's a humble request. Please do not throw the flowers. कृपया करके जो फूल आपके हाथ में है, पुष्पांजलि करने के बाद में इधर उधर ना फेंके। जहाँ पर आप खड़े हैं अपने ही हाथ में रखिए। हमारे भक्त आपके अगल बगल में आएंगे और वो चादर लेके आएंगे, आप उस चादर में दे सकते हैं। We will send our devotees around in the temple hall with the chadar. You can put your offerings, your flower offerings into the chadar and we will collectively offer it at the lotus feet of Shri Gurudev. We would request all of you to stand up. Wherever you are sitting, please stand up at the same place. Make some place for some devotees who are at the back. We will accommodate everybody. Shri Guru Maharaj is very, very compassionate, and that quality is to be shown to him today, that we are very compassionate to our fellow God brothers and the devotees. So please give some place. All those who are standing outside may be requested to come into the temple hall. I hope everybody's got the flowers in your hand. If you do not have it, please raise your hand. We'll reach the flower to you. अगर आपके पास फूल नहीं है तो कृपया करके अपना हाथ उठाइए, हम आप तक फूल भेजने की कोशिश करेंगे. ಎಲ್ಲರತ್ರ ಹೂವಿಯ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈ ಎತ್ತಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. We can begin now.
Om Jnanaatimirandasya Janashalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatamritam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Shri Vishakamitamsha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Sri Vashavamami Devi Daitaya Kripavate Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryoज्ज्वला प्रेमाद्य श्री रूपानुग भक्तिदा श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमस्तुते. नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्री मूर्तये दिगंतारिणे रूपानुग प्रसिद्धांत दंतहारिणे. नमो गौर किशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्य मूर्तये विप्रलंबर सांबोधे पदाम्बुजते नमः. नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानंद नामिने गौर शक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगायते. गौरवीर्भाव भूमिस्त्वां निर्देश सज्जन प्रियः वैष्णवस्य भौमासि जगन्नाथाय ते नमः. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतिसे नमः. पंचतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूप स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्. श्री कृष्ण करे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते. राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. जयतां सुरतो पंगो मम मन्दमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्य पदम्. जय गुरुदेवा जय Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swami Niti Namine Glorification.